Hello, hello. Welcome back. Weekly Wrestling Verdict. Fire Frank. Charlie's over here.
Yo,
Yo. So hope everybody's doing okay on this Wednesday night, is it? Wednesday night? I've been
yep.
on about 45 minutes. Yeah, so when we last spoke, we were talking about how what a crazy news day last Monday was, right? And surely nothing else of note will happen the day after we do this show. Before
Boy,
the
were we
Royal Rumble
wrong.
can even happen. Surely nothing else will go down. Surely. Surely you can't be serious. Well, I am serious, and you can call me Shirley because, yeah, what a news day on Thursday. So, yeah, we last spoke. I think we were talking about The Rock show, being down in New York City, opening the stock market with creepy mustache fish standing to his left. And then Thursday, well, pretty much the other shoe dropped, I guess, as it were.
Yep.
So I know everybody knows the Pride story right now, so we're not going to get into details here. In fact, most of the details I saw that day, I'm like, I really didn't need to see any of that. Thanks a lot, especially on my lunch break. It literally broke. But yeah, we won't really get into that details. But let's just say that Friday when I flew out to Tampa, when I landed, I hear news that Slim Jim is pulling out of the Rumble because of all this controversy. And then about 3 hours later, well, I'm watching SmackDown in my hotel room, and then funny enough, when they were just showing the video package of The Rock, joining the TKO board, all of a sudden the Nick Khan tweet or the post just broke. It wasn't a tweet; it was email. Somebody tweeted it out
Yeah.
that Vince is testing his resignation for TKO, EW, all everything. Basically, he's resigning. And then Slim Jim was okay. The next night, here we go. We got a whole ad. The Slim Jim logos everywhere. The commercials back. LA Knight got his car back, so it's all good. Where's well, pretty soon you can be able to watch it on Netflix and not, but well, at least not here in the U.S. for a couple more years. But if you're overseas, you can. Yeah, JML is always busy, but we did speak about all this stuff. Trust us, we do have a secret chat maybe that we discuss all these things in.
Yep.
Yeah, so as we talked last week, I was headed to Tampa area for the Rumble. And I did go down there. Then, like I said, all this stuff was going on Friday night. Saturday was a long day. We got down to St. Pete early. We wanted to make sure we got it before the Ubers got crazy priced, or not so much. So took the nice journey over there to St. Pete, the Trop. A lot of fans there. Busy, busy, busy. Wrestling fans took over the entire area, of course. You heard it all. You had everybody chanting, yeah. You heard everybody chanting CM Punk. We had everybody, do even some NXT stuff. We had whoop that trick chants everywhere. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I was gonna ask you, was there any whoop that trick chants?
Of course, man. Of course. Even people doing the Booker T chant, you got to do it along. You can't do one without the other. Yeah, yeah. I won't do it here. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we were hoping he was going to come out in the Rumble, and he didn't. But he did show up on SmackDown and got a nice reaction.
Yeah, made the save.
The people got. Then again, it was in Florida, so of course he's probably known down there. I heard some people thinking it was maybe there was some piped-in chance. I don't think it was. Seeing the live videos, I'm pretty sure the crowd was pretty much into him. That once they get that over in the main roster, it's pretty much off to the races there. But anyway, yeah. So that was a busy weekend. And then of course Saturday we had the actual Rumble show. Yeah, I was there, so we couldn't really talk live, but Charlie was giving me his thoughts on the side. Yeah, so our picks were pretty close, except for that men's Rumble.
Mr. Fragile.
I think we discussed, like, will Cody win this back to back? But they won't do that, right? As it turns out, it's probably for the best. But yeah, Charlie, what did you think of the whole show in general? What was your thoughts? I'll let you know my live thoughts. But what was your?
It was a great kickoff to what we expect this year. It set up what we needed for WrestleMania. It gave us a little tasty treat of what the Usos facing each other will look like. Mm-hmm. It gave us I don't know. I've been reading a lot of reports, and I don't know about Braun Breaker taking Brock Lesnar's spot. I don't know how true or false that may be.
It's all dirt sheet stuff. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know what they mean by spot, because apparently the McAfee spot wasn't playing either. So I don't know if maybe he just did the spots he was going to do. It's very possible. I can see it. I mean, if that was true, then he was supposed to be eliminated by Dom. We were supposed to get Dom v Brock at the Chamber, which we won't be getting now, but that would have been something, that's for sure. Yeah, I kind of would love to have seen Dirty Dom cut a promo against Brock Lesnar, but we're not going to see that right
jeez.
now. And apparently, we're not going to get our big match we've been talking about with Gunther at the Rumble at Mania. At least not this year. I don't know.
This year. That's
Brock's probably going to be disappearing for a while. Will he come back? We'll see. But
safe that he take a step away for right now. With
I mean, one loss is another's gain, and then Braun Breaker, regardless of whatever, if it was his spot or not, he definitely made the most of it in that match. I mean, I think I might enjoy the Women's Rumble more. I think we had a lot of stories like we talked about last week going into the Men's Rumble. Maybe they weren't. It may not have been the best, especially early on, but we had some cool spots in there. Especially in the last portion of the match was very strong, and obviously the final four is really good. Final six even. I wish Jimmy and Jay would have done a little more when they were in there. I mean, Jay did get the Iron Man spot. I think I called that last week. I think Jay's going to probably wind up having a big long run in there, since he hasn't really had much going on. All I can tell you, being there live, Jay is like he's over like that.
Oh yeah,
it was nuts.
When I saw him at MSG, the whole crowd was just doing the.
Yeah, he's got something there. Hopefully, they like I said, they get this brother match. There's got to be something with him down the line here because he's definitely still over. We had, of course. I mean, we had the Women's Rumble, like I said, both. We had some big appearances. We had some big returns. We had R-Truth pulling double duty. And when he came out, and as soon as he came out for the women's, like, oh, I know what's going to happen. He's going to have to come out in the same number, and he did.
Gold. He's gold.
Asking Adam Pearce, how come didn't you have hair last night? I didn't get to watch back on TV. It just clips, but R-Truth was probably getting a hot tag in the middle of a Royal Rumble. Not something we've seen. We did ask, what is Truth going to do this time in the Rumble? And there was our answer. Little downer on Raw after that. Poor Truth, but I'm sure the storyline's continuing. But
yeah,
it was a lot of fun being live. The crowd was. Some people said it sounded kind of quiet on TV. Being there live, it was pretty pumped up. And going to a Rumble, it's exciting because everybody's on their feet waiting for that next number to come out, right? So that's pretty much everybody's standing up. We had pretty good seats. We're out there on the right by the foul pole there on left field, Tropicana Field. So it was pretty cool. And everybody was getting up saying, "Who's next?" Everybody's calling out, "It's going to be this guy." We had a guy behind me who kept saying CM Punk was next, until he finally came out. My highlight was guessing that Miz was coming out next, and he did after Truth. But between the two, I think I like the women's more. It started off strong. Obviously, we had Naomi show up. I think we discussed last week, will we see some returns? And we did see one right there. And that was the crowd went crazy, and she had a nice run in that Rumble, a long run actually. So good to see her back after a successful run in Impact. Glad to see her. Speaking of Impact TNA, we had another surprise appearance for the second time in 3 years. We got a TNA current knockout champion showing up in the Rumble, Jordan Grace, which I didn't even know was going to be a thing. Apparently, the news had broke online that day. A rumor, I hadn't heard it, but when I heard that music, wait a minute. The little sirens almost like that. I'm like, wait a minute, why does it sound familiar? And actually, she got a bigger response than I would have guessed. They had some loud TNA chants going on. I was there. I mean, I don't know if it came up on TV, but I heard it.
She
was very impressive in this match. In fact, all these reports saying the WWE is very impressed. I'm like, I would hope so. So she did just re-sign with TNA last year. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it when her contract's up. I'm sure they're going to be giving her a call. They gave her a nice run. It was nice to see. It was funny. Her and Naomi Trinity just had her last match a week ago, aired on TV, and then she just beat her for the title. So that was a cool reunion. Of course, I think we said, will Jade show up? She sure did late in the match, and she got quite the pop there. Some nice spots. Showdown with Bianca, eliminating Nia. Honestly, Nia, I'll give this for this run, the way she's been booked, she was the most over heel in that match. The crowd hated her, wanted her out. It wasn't just like the usual hatred, just hating her. That she was over as a heel and she had a strong run. I thought.
I think there was the usual hatred for.
Well, there's always going to be that, but I think I got to give her credit. She's been back. She's in much better shape. They booked her extremely well, and she's held up her end. I'll give her that. She's been a good monster heel, which they could use, and they're definitely setting that up. I mean, she still has. Maybe I think we get maybe her and Rhea in the Chamber pay-per-view. We'll see. She does need. They did kind of set that up the other night on Raw, right? So that would make sense since obviously nobody's gonna be booing Rhea, especially in Australia. But yeah, and Becky still obviously has to get that win back over before Mania, which we'll talk more about that. We'll see who's going to be in these Chamber matches. I thought both were extremely well. We both picked Bayley to win, and she did, as you see here.
Rightfully so.
winner shirt, which I got halfway through the show, and I did ask the guy, "Did you make one of every 30 persons in the match?" But he looked at me and I had to ask. So apparently, you get a lot of. We might have some Tiffany Stratton World Rumble winner shirts over somewhere overseas at this moment. She made a nice appearance. I think we both called for her to be there, and she did come out, and she was pretty impressive. So that was good. Roxanne Perez showed up again. Yeah, it was good. I know people seem to think that these Rumbles aren't good unless they have 75 surprise appearances, and I'm like, you can't have that many.
I was watching more interviews this week after Rumble, and it's amazing the star power that WWE has right now.
Right, you didn't need to have for the first time. Even the women's, like it was even we had returns, you had debuts. You didn't have we had the one we had an we said a TNA person show up, but we did for the once they didn't need to bring any legends back. They didn't have to double do. A couple of NXT people, but they didn't even have to. Honestly, they could have had a few more people on there. So the rosters are getting pretty strong. Yeah, we even had Alpha Fire make an appearance. So it was pretty cool. The title match, Roman's match, that was pretty fun. The ending was pretty hot. I mean, we knew he was going to win, but they got a couple of believable near falls in there. Like I said, that's all they needed to do, and they did it. So that was a fun match. Everybody was pretty over in that match. Logan and Kevin had a fun one. I did miss the start of this because I finally had to get a bathroom break. But by the time I got all the entrance and stuff took so long. By the time I got back, I only missed maybe 2 minutes of the match. So
okay, you didn't miss.
So I got to see most of that and creative finish. One of the few times I'll allow a DQ finish. When maybe the spot of the year, that referee must win Referee of the Year award for Ryan Tran because for the first time in history, the referee actually caught red-handed. So that was a fun match, and then we find out that Owens actually worked that match with a broken foot. So Kevin can't catch a break here except for in his bones and his hands, his feet. But tough man still out there, and Logan had his thing. Maybe not his best match, but it was a fun match with a fun finish. You had Waller and Theory out there causing chaos. So that was fun. We'll see. Maybe we'll see another match between the two of them. We'll see what goes on. I don't know about how bad this injury is, but. Yeah, the undercard was fine. I like the fact it was only 4 matches, and we still went almost 4 hours, right? So which both Rumbles got plenty of time. I think they both went over an hour. I think the women's went 63 minutes or more, like 65 minutes. The men's went something like 68 minutes. Bailey was the Iron Woman there, 63-minute run, a couple of big minute runs. So we were close, but Cody does go back to back here, and White did it Roman that night, so I know we put a little bit of that little weird thing the other night. I'm not buying it. That's just them trying to stall for time here. That's all it is.
Did you watch the press conference afterwards?
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. We were waiting for trying to get an Uber back from the Trop, which took quite some time, honestly. So Cena would be watching on his phone, so we did get to see some of that.
Triple H put the Forbidden Door quote to rest. He's like, that's
people are so upset about that. I know.
He's like, that's just silly. Don't use that.
He just meant the term. It's an overused term, and it is.
Yeah.
And what people say, oh my God, he's insulting. Like, no, he's just saying it's the overused term, which we all agreed it is. Unfortunately, then Triple H had an interesting night. I know his statements didn't go over well, which he did get asked the burning questions, the elephant in the room, and he kind of sidestepped it. Yeah, I wish he had a better response to it. Cody had a perfect diplomatic response because Cody's Cody.
Definitely.
But that wasn't really the smartest thing to say, especially considering you're just going to put yourself in a spot. I mean, what can you say? But you got to say more than that. I'm not going to oh my God, about it. But yeah, he could have probably put that a little bit better. I understand he's trying to put over his town. It's been a tough week, with all these people, like he said. But to say it's been an amazing week, I wouldn't use that term. It's been an interesting week. Sure. The highs, the lows. We'll see. Of course, you got people, the witch hunt is out there calling for people's heads. Nobody really, like I said, when it comes down to it, these fans don't really care about people being affected by the situation. They don't care about victims. All they care about is winning or their guy being number one, as we've seen. And you wonder why, because you see the guy running the competition acts like that himself. So it's not surprising that these fans are just the same. But yeah, maybe not the best week for Uncle Paul there. But as far as the show he put on, it was a pretty strong show. I saw some divisive responses online. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch it on TV, but being there, it was a lot of fun. Charlie seemed to enjoy it, watching it live at home. So whatever. What can we say? It did its purpose. Unfortunately, we had bad news coming out of the Rumble because we can't have nice things here at all ever. And I had to break the news to poor Charlie 2 days ago. I didn't want to do it. I had a bad feeling when I saw some of the clips at the end of that match. Punk did look a little funny, and then yeah, so it's official.
Yep.
Not making it to Philly, unlike us. We're gonna make it, but Charlie has been waiting the last 3 months. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Unfortunate.
Fragile Phil.
Yeah, you had. Okay, hold on. Anyway, sorry about the. Yeah, so of course we got all that Moxley quote, which is a promo. I hate when you're gonna quote a promo talking about somebody getting injured. Whatever. That's what happens. We know what it is. You got butthurt fans that are still unhappy that he insulted their beloved Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Tony Khan and Hangman Page, all this stuff. But whether who blame you want to give to, that's all it really is. Still, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Something I was worried about, and then it happened. You can say what you want, but bottom line is we're not getting the match we were hoping for. It's like this match is cursed.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth goes down
with his back and CM Punk with his arm, and
it's just, is it never meant to be? It's like
not meant to happen yet.
We thought we were going to get it like 4 years ago when Punk came on that backstage show, but maybe we should have. I wish maybe he should have came here first. He will be back. I just don't know when, but maybe we'll get to it eventually this year. Maybe we'll get it. I just say next year in the road through, just don't have him wrestle. Just let him get to the show first, where 41's going to be. Maybe we could book it in Chicago instead.
I got to see him wrestle at the Garden if it was against Dominic.
You did get to see his first match in WWE in many years, so at least you got that. He made it all 3 matches. It just sucks. It just sucks. That's how it is, though. I mean, you get old. I mean, and even in general, it doesn't matter what age you are. We've had a lot of injuries lately, a rash of injuries. Like I said, Kevin Owens broke his foot. People are getting crazy injuries. It just happens. It's not what did Jerry say? It's not ballet. It's just it's a tough sport.
Yep.
So you got to deal with it. I mean, it's not the first time this has happened around WrestleMania season. Somebody brought up, 2016 in Dallas. How many matches got changed around because of injuries? Cena was out. Several people were out. Really, that card was changed up a lot. But you got to pivot here. What are you going to do? You got to pivot. Like I said, we did have that promo tonight with Seth, but I think that's just a smoke screen because they got to set up whatever that's going to be now. They have to pivot on that front. So it made sense to do that. Just put a little doubt. I don't see there being a doubt though. Like I know Rock's been talking about all this. I think that's a next year match. Even though I think I've said it before, I think that should happen before he loses the title. I don't think that's what's going to happen now. And there's ways to do this. We can get to that Raw after Mania where Rock and Roman sit out and make a handshake and say we're going to have this match next year. I want to be the head of the table. That's all it's going to take. Yeah, so that's what I'm going with right now. That's what this whole year. It's always going to be that way. I don't think it was ever this other thing. It was just little ways to throw in there. It's Cody's story. It's his redemption. Nobody can say this time, he had it easy. He didn't come out number 30 this time. He lasted a long time. He's battled back through adversity. So the story makes a lot of sense there. The crowd's gonna be rabid in Philly for Cody v. Roman. So we'll see what happens with the world title. I think Seth's gonna make it to there. Who's he gonna face? I guess we'll find out maybe at the Chamber. There's a couple of possibilities you can do right now. You can run a couple different things. I mean, I can come up with an idea for Jey Uso get a title shot, but even though I think he's going to fight Jimmy, as we said, we could talk about we can pivot LA Knight over to Raw. You can move Randy over to Raw. There's a lot of things you can do. I don't think it's going to be going through right now. I think they're going to pivot with him with his title shot, but there's many. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they got some backup plans in place, and they're going to obviously go to them now, but. We can't have nice things, like I said, unfortunately. So get well soon to CM Punk, and hopefully he's back. We'll see. Hopefully he's back in time for SummerSlam, but he may not be. So
I hope he's
stay tuned on that. Stay tuned on that. But they made the best of a bad situation, and they set up some stuff. When he comes back, he'll have multiple people to go after. So we'll see what happens there. Drew McIntyre being the world's biggest hater, and I know you already didn't like him. Now he's really taunting you right now.
He is. I feel like CM Punk in theory and Drew McIntyre headlining WrestleMania and I'm not makes me want to puke.
It's perfect though, isn't it? It's a perfect way to actually fully turn heel there, and he's got. And now you said he's got you angry, so I'll give them kudos for pivoting that way and using that opportunity to get that.
They got to move
Sure,
heel
Punk's
now.
idea. Sure, Punk said, "Yeah, come out there. You can attack me. I'm okay. I can't get any more hurt."
If you have me hating you, then you're doing a good job as a heel because I'm a fan of heels and I can't stand Drew McIntyre.
He's being the world's biggest hater right now. If you see his social media game, he's just it's good hating. It's a good heel work. I think he's sticking around. I don't think he's leaving, but we'll see. But I don't know. Is he going to get the title shot at Mania? Maybe. I don't know what we're going to do. You could. We've already seen Seth versus Drew though, so I don't know. Can we see a cash in here? We should have seen one already. I mean, let's be honest. Like Seth's walking out there limping. Where's Priest? What are you doing?
You think Damian Priest is in contention to cash in at WrestleMania though?
Could be. I'm saying he's had the last 2 weeks. It was right there in front of you, bro.
Yeah.
He's got a bad knee. Just come out. What are you waiting on? Unless R-Truth stole the briefcase again. I don't know. We'll see what happens there.
I honestly don't know if Priest. I don't know if Priest is over enough to cash in at Mania.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. Maybe he'll be the first one to never cash in and just it expires because he forgot. I don't know. That'd be a pretty funny one. Or maybe he waits to the night of and like he realizes I got to cash in before the match happens, or the Money in the Bank's going on and he goes backstage and tries to cash it in during that match or something.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah, they probably should have just cashed it in months ago, or at least got through it. That's happened a lot with the Money in the Bank. They're not gonna get rid of it. It's a big pay-per-view now, big PLE. But it's like they always get one out of the way and the other one waits. It's like it sounds good at the time. Maybe we should have just gave it to somebody else. They should have just gave it to Logan Paul like we told them to. They didn't learn. I mean, that's all they really had to do. And even if he didn't win it, he'd be just the guy carried that briefcase around.
Logan Paul is so over as a heel, especially after that DQ finish.
Yeah. With his friend there that we're supposed to all know, apparently, Michael Cole. Oh, that's Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Who's that? That's his friend. He's got Theory and Waller running interference, and they had to get driven off on a golf cart, which you didn't see on TV. They when people would be eliminated from the Rumble, especially, they had a little golf cart that drove them out from center field. Like they'd run out the ring that way into the crowd, and the little golf cart took them all the way out to center field to the bullpen or whatever. So when they came out to run in, they actually got taken out there the first time, I guess, so they could get back to the locker room, and it was pretty funny. They were on the cart going like this. They were beat up. I wish I'd taken a picture of that, but yeah, so they had their little fun. So that was the Rumble. That we all that stuff going on. Like I said, we'll see what happens at the Chamber now. It should be really interesting because now we don't know which way we're going. We assume that Becky's maybe going to win that title shot. Maybe she won't, but they set it up kind of like that. But we'll see what happens. They've yet to announce who's going to be in these Chamber matches. So about all we know is Rhea will probably be defending her belt there, but not in the Chamber, I don't think. So we'll stay tuned on that. We've got time for that. Yeah, so that was this weekend. So I guess we'll move on to our, like I said, we talked about all the news, everything's going on. You know, Dynamite's coming on tonight. Not the best looking show.
Jeff Hardy and Jon Moxley. Oh boy.
In 2024. Like Jeff Hardy's been complaining online he has been on, and now like last week, okay, we're gonna put him on Dynamite. Let's put broken down Jeff Hardy against
this is what Tony Khan
and Moxley.
People. Oh boy!
And apparently, and then we have the mystery opponent who's apparently going to be RVD. So again, we just got these. We get old, broken down and wrestling on Dynamite for some reason. I don't get it because that's not something he usually books. I don't know, but everything's going to be fine because he's going to sign, Mercedes. He's going to sign Okada. He's going to sign.
For the sake of watching.
Remember when they signed Ospreay and it was the biggest thing ever, and we haven't seen him yet, so nobody cares. Yeah, that's another one. It's not selling anymore. You can sell tickets for 1 week more, but signing 25, 50 more people is not going to solve the problem.
No.
I don't know. Maybe book some better towns. Maybe stop booking so much for these smart fans. You can't book an entire show for that. It doesn't work. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. We'll move on to our matter of business for the day. So we've got this Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night PLE, folks. Sunday night again. It's been a while, right? For WWE. We don't see that anymore much with them. We went on a Saturday last time at Deadline, but we've got Vengeance Day coming up here from Clarksville, Tennessee. Actually, apparently they're pretty close to selling out, so good for them. They've got over 3,000 tickets out for the show, so apparently something's working. So We'll get into it right now. Last night we got our card finalized, so we can talk about it now. Did you watch last night at all?
Yes.
Okay, you did. So we're all caught up. So what did you think of last night's show with the go
It
home
was
show?
good. It was good. They did what they needed to for a go home show.
Yeah, we got a lot of hype on there. Obviously we got our Dusty Cup final set. So yeah, we'll talk more. We'll just go right into it here. So this Sunday, like the Vengeance Day. Oh, I would share the screen. So yeah, so we'll start off with which I'm assuming they're going to open the show with that Dusty final if Trick's got to work twice. But yeah, so we got our Dusty Rhodes Cup final set up, tag team tournament, men's tournament set up here. We've got the finals. We've got the Wolf Dogs,
The
if you
Wolf
will,
Dog.
Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker, taking on Trick Mello Gang, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes in this tag team match here. Play up. Yeah, so what do you think here, Charlie? Who are you picking here?
I think hopefully this is all Mello's evil plan to get Trick to wrestle twice and then him come out as the guy that attacked Trick. I think that'll.
So who's going to win this the Dusty Cup?
Oh, let's go with the Wolf Dogs.
Going with the Wolf Dogs. Okay. I mean, that would make a lot more sense, especially if we are doing that. So I'm going to agree with you. My only thing now is the fact that we had Carmelo. Now he's been showing up on SmackDown and he was in the Rumble and he's like being established as a babyface on SmackDown. So if he's getting called up, it'd be an odd time to turn him heel in NXT. So I don't know where we're going here because they've kind of dropped it the last couple of weeks, but I don't know. But I have to think it would make more sense. Of course, Braun is probably not long for this world either after that run he had. But I would say if we're still telling the story of Dissension, you can't have them win that. And then he goes to the main event. It would make more sense, obviously, if they had a miscommunication and lost it, which set up something later tonight. So I'm going to agree with you there. Corbin and Breaker should take the tournament. We got a couple matches added last night on the show. We have no DQ match. We've got Dijak taking on Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match. They had a wild brawl last night that lasted most of the show, fighting everywhere. Joe Gacy getting killed again and coming back from the dead. They're fighting everywhere. So that should be an interesting brawl. Dijak's he's been pretty much like the Mr. NXT PLE guy for a long time now, especially in the second run here. So can't call it Mr. Takeover anymore. That used to be Johnny Wrestling. But yeah, so it should be a fun brawl. Gacy's character, they've been trying this different stuff with him since they broke up. But, his stable took off and his manager is now general manager of the show. So yeah. I'll give this one to Dijak. Dijak always seems to take a loss in these big matches, so I think it's time he gets a nice win.
Yeah, Dijak's gonna go over on this.
Yeah, but anyway, it was pretty fun. I don't know why. Again, he invaded Dijak's little secret interrogation room where he still has a tape recorder for some reason, and he has he's like this weird. I don't know what you. He's like this detective / Terminator / justice guy. I don't know. It's very strange. Seems like a true crime guy or something. But anyway, that's his little gimmick. Let's see what else we got going on. Another match added last night. We have like a 6-person mixed tag match. We've got the family here. We got Tony D and Stacks, tag champs, teaming up with their new associate, Adriana Rizzo, taking on OTM, Price, Nima, and Jada Parker, who recently joined them with Scripps, of course, in their corner. I got a feeling this might get moved to like the kickoff or something. But
really,
I don't know. There's 6 matches. I don't know. It seems like something they would be. Well, either way, I don't know if they'll go with 6. But even if it doesn't, this is happening. So obviously you got a team of Raw rookies on one side, and you got and one more now joining the family. I guess I'll say the family takes this one.
Ooh, we disagree on one.
Yeah, disagree on this. I mean, I know OCM just lost last week, but they're very, very new, like I said. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with my guys, the family. You know what I mean?
I'm really impressed without the mud. I'm having fun with the family, but I'm impressed without the mud.
Are you impressed with them? Okay, that's good. I mean, I like the setup. I mean, they're still very green, but I like the group. Scripps / Reggie, whatever you want to call him. He's doing better in this role than he was before. So it's a much better role for him. Adding Jada Parker, she seems to fit in with him pretty well. So it's a nice way to get some new people. So you're going to go with Out the Mud here. Okay.
Yep.
This is the first time we disagree. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Anyway, we'll move on. Got a couple more matches here. 2 more, in fact. We got our three more. We got our North American title match. We got the brand new champ who cashed in his breakout contract, Obafemi, taking on former champ Dragon Lee, who we saw win the title back in Connecticut. We were there. Yeah, so it looks like they've moved Femi into this heel role now, even though he seemed to be kind of a babyface in the tournament. But Dragon Lee, he's been back and forth to SmackDown. I don't think he's going to win the title back here. You're establishing this new monster heel. So yeah, I think Femi wins this pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we both agree that guy's got some massive star power. So this is a good way to get him started with an early title reign, I should say. Yeah, I think Femi takes this. Dragon Lee's probably going to go back up to SmackDown at some point. He's got this LWO stuff going on. Carlito, of course, is up there. Something we didn't talk about in the Rumble, we saw Andrade return. Signed with Raw, though, so not going to be involved with that story, as some people have speculated. So we'll see what happens there. So good to see Andrade back on WWE. So we'll move on. We've got our women's title match. Champ Lyra Valkyria going to take on the challenge of the former women's champion Roxanne Perez. So who just showed up in the Rumble again, the second time in a row. I don't think much she has left down here. I mean, they can call her up any moment as well. She's not really needed down on NXT, right? So I don't see her winning this title back. Or does she?
Yeah, I see Valkyrie retaining.
Yeah, I'll say Valkyrie retains, but I'll go with my boys. I'll go with the BD, and I'll say, you know what? She's going to retain, but you know what's going to happen? Lola Vice is going to come out and cash in that contract. I'm going to call it too. I'm going to agree with that.
So?
I think so. She's got to do it sometime, right? Why not now? And with Lyra having that weird, situation with Tatum on her side, something could happen here. That's what I'm going to go. I'm calling that. But either way, I'm saying she's definitely winning that title match.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to our main event here for like I said, Trick Williams pulling double duty here, finally challenging Ilya Dragunov for the NXT title. We were supposed to get this match back at New Year's Eve, but we're finally getting it here at Vengeance Day. So I know we talked about what we think is going to happen with Trick and Mello, but who do you think is going to win this match?
I think Ilya Dragunov should hold that title going into Stand and Deliver. He's a force to see live. I was fortunate enough to see him live with you, and wow, that guy's
one of my favorite guys to watch right now for sure.
Insane live.
He's just I mean, he made a match with Baron Corbin look great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even then we were there. Intense is not even a word to use with this man. Okay, so you're saying he's going to stick around. He's going to retain his title. Okay, I don't know where we're going to go from there for Stand and Deliver, but we'll see.
He can wrestle anybody. He can.
Yeah, that's true. Anybody. I don't think he's long for this role either. Like I said, if they're looking for a challenger for Gunther for WrestleMania, I'm just saying.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
They've already been match of the year twice. Why not a third time?
They would tear things up at WrestleMania. Oh man.
But I don't know. Maybe it's too soon for that. But yeah, I'm still confused. The whole thing with Mello being on SmackDown, it seems like he's getting soft called up. He's half called up, so it's very weird for me. Like if he wasn't doing that, I'm agreeing with you on this heel turn. That's what they've been setting up. But why is he on? Like it'd be really weird if he's going to go up to SmackDown as a babyface, but he's going to turn.
Yeah, it's a replacement for him right now. But if they're going to finish this storyline, I see no other way than having Mello turn on.
We're going to have to see this match at Stand and Deliver, right? Finally.
Mello and
Trick before Mello gets called up for good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna disagree with you again. I think Trick's gonna take this title. I think you should hotshot the title on. He's that over. I think it's time to do it. And the reason why I say this is that has to be the catalyst for this turn.
He's certainly over. I just
it's not a fight on Dragunov. Like I'm saying he's like he doesn't really need the title either at this point. In fact, he doesn't need to be here anymore. He needs to go up like yesterday. But will he is the question. I mean, I can see him retaining. But I think that they've been setting this up for what it makes more sense. It's either that, unless I kept thinking they were going to do the big title win at Stand and Deliver, but obviously we're not doing that. You could just have the Trick and Mello have a match at Stand and Deliver, non-title, sure, easily, and Dragunov can take on whoever you want to put him against. But I think I'm going to go the other way. I say Trick's going to win this title, and then he turns on him. Now, does he turn on him at the PLE? I don't know. Maybe he waits NXT, or that's what happened with Braun when he turned on him. But yeah, I think Trick's going to take it. I would put it on him right now. I would. I'm Shawn Michaels. I'm putting the title on him. Maybe he's not there yet in ring, but he's getting there. But he's got everything else.
He's certainly over enough to.
And if you're not calling him up right now, and you're calling up Mello, I think it's the time to get him a title run, give him that experience, and then you could always revisit this relationship on the main roster. They ready Friday with him coming out to save. They've kind of established that with the main roster fans already, putting that in your mind, which I kind of like what they're doing. They're slowly calling these guys up, establishing them.
Yeah.
So when they're finally there, people are like, oh, I know that guy now. You know, you don't have like crickets chirping when you used to see the NXT debuts. Like, you know, maybe when Elias showed up with his guitar and everybody's like, who's this guy? I don't know why I just thought of Elias, but that just came up in my head because he really didn't have a big role on NXT, and then he got called up and he actually got a better run on the main roster, believe it or not. But you know what I mean? When you just have random people showing up, oh, it's so-and-so from NXT. Great. Oh, look, it's Bo Dallas. It's Neville. You know, crowd's like, who? You know, that's what happens. You know, in NXT, well, no, they don't. A lot of these people don't. Maybe now more people, but back then you didn't really have it. And they would often call people up for no reason, which I'm glad they're not doing that anymore because all it does is lead to more trouble. Yeah, so I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say he takes the title there, and then maybe the show ends with the famous, you know, graphics comes up, something else happens. The good old Ciampa special maybe, or before that it was the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn special.
Yep.
That was the first time we saw that when the graphic came up. They're hugging, and he just boom throws him against the apron, power bombs him. That was the first time we saw that. Which this year is gonna be 10 years ago, believe it or not. So
wow,
yeah, we're getting old, guys.
Oh boy,
we're getting old. Yeah, it's crazy to think. It's crazy to think when I'm seeing somebody showing today that 25 years ago today was halftime heat with The Rock and Mankind in the empty arena. I'm like, 25 years ago, you say?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I was 16 years old. Come on. Do the math, guys. You can do the math. I was still in 11th grade then. Jeez. Anyway, yeah, that was a fun match. So if anybody your history buffs, go back and watch that. Although Vince is on commentary for that, so I don't know if you might stumble with that right now. Anyway, we might have to Benoit him for a while. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the card for this Sunday. It should be a fun one. We're looking forward to seeing what they're doing with that Trick and Mello storyline, and then everything else is gravy, man. And we'll be getting ready for our next cycle, heading into Mania. It's like I said, pretty soon a couple weeks we're gonna have Elimination Chamber, and then we're right on the road to Mania, right there, Philly, beginning of April. So once again, if you guys are gonna be there, let us know. We'll be around for sure.
Yep.
Chat, thanks for jumping in and asking for Jay Melia. He's doing fine. Thank you. I mean, personally, I appreciate you guys for even checking in. Even if you have no idea who we are, we don't know what we're talking about. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Guys.
Thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. We do appreciate it.
Of course.
And again, we'll hopefully be back at some point next week and see what's going on. We can talk about what happened Sunday. We can talk about hopefully nothing else crazy happens, but I'm knocking on wood here. We can't go a week without crazy revelations of some kind. So yeah, it's been a whirlwind ever since I started coming on this channel. I think our first show we did together was the first Vince resignation. So that's how long we've been. I don't this time I don't think he's making the kick out of 2 though.
No,
I don't think TKO is going to have any reason. He can sit home with his stock shares and just sit there. But anyway, it is a new day. Yes, it is. As they say. So, folks, thanks again for joining us. Yeah, we'll see you next time. And Charlie, if you got anything to say, tell them. Oh.
Thank you all for following. Thank you for watching us. Even if you don't know who we are and you wish JML was here, we have JML on speed dial. We will always tell him that you love him and miss him.
Anytime he wants to show up, he can. And one of these days he'll do a run in. You just won't expect it. He'll cash in his money.
Maybe Mania season. Who knows?
Oh, for sure. Maybe we'll get it. We'll call him on the line and we'll do one on the road. Maybe we'll be able to do a on the road edition. Live somewhere in Philly if we get a chance while we're getting our cheesesteaks or whatever. We've got to pull our phone out and do a quick little video we'll have to upload for you guys. We'll let you know how everything's going. Yeah, it's exciting times. We're 2 months away, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, if you're at any of these shows, let us know where you're going because we don't know yet where we'll be. We'll be all over the place. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a hectic weekend.
I don't have tickets for anything yet besides one show. So again, there's gonna be a lot of places I'll be at. There'll be some hangouts. There'll be some stuff. Like I said, I will let you know where we're going to be. I'll put it up on here. I'll give you our schedule if you will,
Yep.
if you like it. So again, thanks again. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.